There once were a pair of demon hunters. They started to be in an airplane, but then they realized they were actually going away from the concert. So then they slurped up their famous noodles or something like that, and then for some reason jumped down. For some reason one was drinking tea, one chopped a demon in midair, and then one just chilled, maybe in her underwear. They went down, and then he said, "Well, where have you been? You're a little bit late, but you can still go on stage. You have enough time." And then they said, "Ooh la la, I'm a little guy, ooh la la." And then they went away from their concert after playing several songs. They said couch, 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 couch when they were walking back, but I don't know why. And then they were like, "Actually, I think couch can wait. We got some fans to impress." So then they went up to some people and said, "Hey, ladies, what are you doing?" And then they were like, "K-pop demon hunters! Yeah!" They ended up seeing a weird boy, and then popcorn started to shoot out of their eyes. They got back and they had 1,000 snacks on their snack tray. And then they were back at the fireball. And he was like, "My little soda pop." And he was like, "What? It's catchy." And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's the plan." Then, for some reason, they pulled out their magical swords and began to fight demons. And then they kind of had a little chat and they were like, "You were amazing out there." They saw that weird, cat tiger again with, that little three-eyed bird out their window. And then he began to give them another note. And then it said, "I want to date you." And then she was like, "Oh, I don't want this note. I'm going to crumple it up and throw it in the trash." Plus, it was all covered in drool. Then she went to the bathroom and began to wash her hands. After she washed her hands, she saw a demon apocalypse happen. But that wasn't a thing that worried her. She just pulled out her weird magical knife, and then she was like, "Okay, let's fight." And then all her friends came along. Then she said, "We are K-pop demon hunters. We can do anything." And then she started killing all the demons. But it took him a long time. It took him 5 minutes. The end.